Lamont Smith identified as San Diego coach in bribery scheme. San Diego. The federal prosecution unsealed last week, alleging widespread corruption in college admissions, claims a former University of San Diego varsity. That coach has now been identified. Lamont Smith, the head coach of the Toreros men's basketball team for nearly 3 seasons from 2015 to 2018. He resigned in a letter to the university. USD President James T. Harris III said Wednesday afternoon that USD had been subject to a confidentiality order that prohibited it from disclosing the former coach's identity. Earlier, Harris said the government has not identified anyone else at the university connected to the scandal. The university's Board of Trustees has appointed a special committee to oversee the school's response, as well as hired an outside law firm to conduct an investigation, Harris announced. A spokesman for the UTEP athletic department said the university learned of the allegations against Smith Wednesday and would respond later. Smith did not immediately return a call for comment. A series of indictments and complaints unsealed at the request of the U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston focuses on a Newport Beach company run by William Rick Singer that provided assistance with college admissions by bribing coaches to use their pool of special. Singer called it they. It is not clear why Smith was not identified by name in the complaint or indictment, or if charges are pending. Several other coaches at other universities linked to the scheme have been indicted. Smith is accused of helping admit the son and daughter of Robert Flaxman, a Beverly Hills resident who is president of Crown Reality and Development in Los Angeles. The key used Martin Fox, a Houston Tennis Academy operator, as an intermediary to make the deals, according to a criminal complaint against Flaxman and 31 other parents spread across the country. In October 2015, Singer sent Flaxman's son's ACT scores and school transcripts to Fox, who then forwarded the materials to the unidentified USD coach, according to the complaint. Singer followed up about a week later. Flaxman asked for a status update, and Singer replied they. That approval came 10 days later, when a USD admissions counselor emailed the coach and said Flaxman's son could be recruited to the team. When it came time for the son to submit his application, the key helped shape the boy's athletic profile, according to the complaint. Singer sent Flax the application and essay that was submitted to USD highlighted volunteer work as the manager of an elite youth athletic team activity that had not been in previous drafts, according to the complaint. The son was formally admitted in March 2016, and Flaxman subsequently wired $250,000 to the Keys Charitable Foundation in 2 installments, according to the complaint. Around the same time, the foundation issued a $100,000 payment to Fox, who later advised he had paid the coach for helping admit the boy, the complaint states. The complaint does not specify if the coach was paid the entire amount or a portion. The boy, who is a current student, did not end up playing on the team. In the fall of 2016, Flaxman is accused of using the same network to get his daughter admitted into USD, this time as a recruit to the same team as a manager, according to the court records. But first, she had to get a better score on her ACT. The complaint alleged the test scheme cost Flaxman $75,000, according to the complaint. Flaxman posted $250,000 following his arrest in Los Angeles. He is expected to. The daughter decided not to attend USD after all. Still, Smith was a student at USD himself. He played at USD in the late 1990s and was team captain his last 2 seasons. He bounced around. The Toreros went 9-21 in his first season, then improved to 13-18 and 18-13. But late last season, after a game at the University of San Francisco, he was placed on administrative leave after being arrested at Oakland International Airport on suspicion of domestic violence, assault with force likely to commit great bodily injury, and false imprisonment stemming from an incident at the team hotel. The district attorney, Sam Scholl, one of Smith's assistants, was promoted to head coach and led a group of seniors that Smith had recruited to a 21-15 record this season and a berth in the NIT. Visit the San Diego Union Tribune @.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.